Well, good evening, all. Stream will be starting here in a few minutes. Be streaming the Nixa Amateur Radio Club's Thursday night check-in net. Net start here in about 5 minutes. Yeah, I didn't stream the net on Monday night for the Oars D-Star net. I've been sick most of the week. Just finally started to feel better. So I figured I'd get out here and stream the Nixa net tonight. Hopefully everybody's had a good week. Hopefully everybody's staying warm. I can officially say I'm done with winter. I want to let everybody know also the next Amateur Radio Club meeting be March 8th at the Alder Gates Church. And the next two meetings, we're kind of dedicating into them to storm spotting and skywarn emergency weather. Club usually dedicates at least one a year to this, but this year we're going to dedicate March and April's to this.
All stations on frequency, please stand by for the NARC net. First of all, are there any stations on frequency with emergency traffic? Please call now. KE0JGI. Alright, if an emergency does arise during the net, please key up and say break, break, and the frequency will be relinquished for the emergency traffic. Good evening, and welcome to the next Amateur Radio Club's Thursday night net. The net meets every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on the club's multi-band suite of repeaters covering the Springfield metro area. The purpose of the net is to pass along announcements and information for both club and regional amateur radio activities, improve camaraderie among area amateurs, find equipment and parts for your station or project, and take advantage of the multi-band facet of this net to utilize other bands besides 2 meters or 70 centimeters to check into nets and communicate with other amateurs. Using 10 meters, 6 meters, 1.25 meters, 33 centimeters, and the 23 centimeter band will help you learn your station's capabilities on those bands, the repeater's capabilities, and find others with similar interest in those bands. Stand by, more follows. You can check into this net on the 29.680, 53.270, 145.270, 147.015, 224.280, 442.425, 927.0125, and 1285.050 repeaters. All of those repeaters use a PL of 162.2 except the 10 meter repeater, which uses a PL of 123.0. For VoIP check-ins, you can use All-Star node 565503 or Echolink node K0NXA-L. Stand by, more follows. When checking in, please make sure you key your microphone for about a second before speaking. That'll allow all the links to link, and then give your call sign first phonetically, then the regular way, followed by your location and whatever repeater you're using to check into the net. Before I begin, is there any station on frequency with news or announcements for this week's net? Please call now. This is KE0JGI.
KE6GAE.
KE0KDW.
KE6GAE.
Two there, K0KDW, go ahead first.
Good evening, Sean and everyone else on the net. Sorry, I forgot your name there for a bit. I want to let everybody know of a couple events coming up on March 1st. The first is the Hams Around the Ozarks Breakfast at Golden Corral, 2020 East Primrose in Springfield. They begin meeting at 8 a.m. in the back room. You do not have to be a member of any particular club to join, and you do not have to be an amateur radio operator. If you're interested in an amateur radio operator, this is a great opportunity to come in and ask some questions. They're there usually till 10 or 10:30, and hey, they may even have some hands there. The second thing is also on March 1st, and it is at the Battlefield Mall at the corner of Glenstone and Battlefield in Springfield, and that is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It is the 2025 National Weather Service Weather Expo, which typically features Ozarks First, KYTV, KWTO Radio, the National Weather Service, Greene County Aries, and Southwest Missouri Skywarn, along with a few other entities. Again, that'll be March 1st from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Battlefield Mall. Should be the North Court this year, outside the north entrance of J.C. Penney. So after you enjoy your breakfast at Golden Corral, you can come walk off those calories at the mall and stop by and say hi to the folks from Ozarks First and the National Weather Service. And should scheduling work for me, I am hoping to be there with Color 10 as I have been for the last oh, 7 or 8 years. K0KDW, back to the net.
All right, being clear with you, Brad. And sorry, I apologize. I know there's someone else that had traffic. If you want to go ahead, go ahead.
Sean, it's KE6GAE. Well, actually, Brad announced my breakfast for me, so don't have that. The only other thing is I'll let everybody know if you want to hear what your radio sounds like tonight on the net. I am streaming the net live on my KE6GAE, the Hillbilly Ham channel on YouTube. Other than that, that's all we got, so we'll pass it back to Net Control. KE6GAE, back to Net Control.
All right, thanks for that announcement. I'll be clear with KE6GAE, and I do have some club announcements. First one is our next meeting. It's going to be held on March 8th at 6 p.m. at Aldersgate Church. The presentation will be a training session, feature Michael Blake, N0NQW, and James Atkins, KB0NHX. It'll look at the communication systems that we can use to communicate information back to the National Weather Service. Our April meeting will talk about what kind of information we can transmit using those. Michael, as most of you know, is the trustee and caretaker for the N0NWS Skywarn Link Repeater System. And James is one of the caretakers for the SMLRS Southwest Missouri Link Repeater System. If you're a Skywarn Net Control Operator, this is one that you definitely want to be at, because we'll cover all of the changes that have taken place the last couple of years to both of those systems. Stand by, more follows.
Definitely. If you're involved with Skywarn, you definitely want to make the next two meetings.
KE0JGI continuing. Our goal is to help those reporting weather, as well as net control stations, know what repeaters to use to call in reports and what repeaters to use to monitor for reports. We'll have recommended bands to use and also discuss how you can use All-Star or Echolink to connect to these systems. We'll touch a little bit on the Southwest Missouri DMR Skywarn net on DMR Talk Group 31297, what repeaters are available for that net, and discuss how to check in, monitoring, and reporting via DMR. Net control operators, as well as Skywarn coordinator Patty Palmer, KD0AEL, will also have the opportunity to speak to those in attendance and give them pointers on how to report weather conditions. Anyone from any club or group, including emergency management and fire departments, are invited to attend this meeting. Stand by, more follows. If you haven't renewed for 2025, we encourage you to do so by going to www.nixahams.net, click on the Join NARC link, or go to www.nixahams.net/roster and click on Singular Family. After you renew, you can confirm your renewal is complete by going to the roster, scrolling down to the bottom of the page, and you'll see your name on the roster. For those that paid in November or December, online or in person in the meeting, we have your information. It's been released to the webmaster, and I believe it has been posted to the website as well. Stand by, more follows. A couple of area interest, nets of interest you may want to check into is the Region D Aries net. That's Fridays at 7:30 p.m. on all of the primary and backup SMLRS repeaters. Stand by, more follows. We also have the Ozarks All Digital Net Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on DMR, Fusion, NextN, and P25 Talk Groups 31291. You can visit that on any digital repeater or your personal hotspot. We also have the Greene County Aries Net Thursdays at 8 p.m. on the 147.225 repeater. And the Christian County Aries Net, it meets Mondays at 7 p.m. on the 145.270 Nixa repeater. Stand by, more follows. KE0JGI.
Yeah, good evening, Sean.
All right, with that, I'll go ahead and start taking check-ins. Anybody wishing to check in on one of the digital modes, please call now. This is KE0JGI.
So I'm assuming by digital modes you mean All-Star. This is Kilo Alpha Zero Kilo Delta Whiskey, KA0 KDW Brad in Northeast Polk County via the Lewisburg 147.255 repeater. And other than All-Star and Echo Link, that's, I believe, the only digital modes that should be here. Excuse me, KA0 KDW. No comment. No comment.
This is WI0P, Whiskey India 0 Papa, Eric, in Cameron, Missouri via All-Star.
This is Kilo Bravo Zero, November Hotel X-Ray, KB0 NHX James via All-Star in Republic. No traffic.
This is W0HL Whiskey 0 Hotel Lima, Dennis and Nevada on All-Star. No traffic.
Alright, I got KA0 KDW, WI0P, KB0 NHX, and W0HL. Any corrections to any of those calls? Alright, next group we'll do portable, mobile, or short time stations. Anyone wishing to check in portable, mobile, or short time, please call now. KE0JPI.
Kilo Charlie 0, Papa Kilo Tango, KC0, PKP, Aaron and Nixa on the Nixa 270 repeater.
This is Kilo Echo 0, Quebec Victor Delta, KE0 QBD, Tim in Southwest Springfield on HT with no traffic.
Kilo Charlie 0, India Yankee, India, KC0 IYI, Jim and Nixa, check down on the Republic, 6 meters, no traffic, short time.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Juliet, Quebec November, KF0, JQN, Brandon in Springfield, no traffic on the 015.
This is Kilo Quebec 0, Quebec Station 0, Springfield on 7.0125. Clear at the top.
Yeah, I want to remind everybody that's watching the stream, 8 o'clock, 146.460. Sean K0
Alright, I'll go ahead and pause
MAD.
there. I copy KC0 PKT, KE0 KDD, KC0 IYI, KE0 OMJ, and AK0DF. Any corrections to any of those calls?
We'll be running a simplex net. If you're in the Southwest Missouri area,
I didn't hear KQ0Q.
I can get to him on my vertical from Rogersville. He's down there in Aurora. If you can't get to him on the vertical.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to call you. If you were the one that checked in right after Roger, I believe you guys stepped on each other and Roger won that one. Can you give me that call again when you gave it just now? You broke up just a little bit.
When he switches over to the beam, he starts in the southeast and spins it around to the
Okay,
southwest.
this is KQ0Q, Lance in Springfield on the 9270125 with a comment.
And guarantee you he'll be able to get to you and you'll hear
All right, go ahead with
then.
your comment, KQ0Q.
Okay, Sean. Your script says you're hooked up to the 1285.050. If I'm hearing correctly, that's the 1.2 gig repeater. That repeater works fine, but it hasn't been linked for a long time. Maybe it's supposed to be linked and something's wrong, or maybe it's not intended to be linked. But it's not linked. It probably doesn't matter to too many people because it's 1.2 gig. But I just wanted to make that comment. Back to net. Thanks for doing it.
Okay, well, thanks for letting me know that. Yes, as far as I know, it should be linked, so I'll check and see what's going on there. I'll be clear with KQ0Q, and let's open it up. Anybody at all wishing to check into the Thursday night Nixa Amateur Radio Club's check-in net, please call now. This is KE0JGS.
Echo 0, Juliet Golf Hotel, KE0JGH, Preston, Nixa, no traffic, on the 270.
KF0JQN, Kilo Foxtrot 0, Juliet, Quebec, November, Brandon in Springfield on the 015, no traffic.
November 0, Oscar Charlie Whiskey, in 0 OCW, Richard in Springfield on 6 meters, no traffic.
This is
0 KW with a recheck and information.
No, well, there seems to be a break. Like I was saying, 146.460, Sean KU0MAD.
All right, I got 3 stations, KU0 JGH, KF0JQN, and KE0MPI. Any corrections to any of those calls?
We'll be running a simplex net for the Oars Club down there in Aurora. And
K0KDW, I believe, was a recheck. I copied the recheck, Brad. Was there anything else you needed?
Yeah, I was going to provide some information reference to Lance's comment. Last I talked with James, he said he still doesn't have the all-star node for the 128505 put together. I don't know if that's changed within the last week and a half or so. But once that's put together, then it will be linked back to the 4/4 repeater and subsequently, I believe, the net. I think it will be linked by all-star to the net. I'd have to confirm that, but that was the last update I had about a week and a half ago. K0K0.
All right, thanks, Brad. I'll be clear with KA0KDW. And we'll put it back up. Any stations wishing to check into the Nixa NARC net, please call now. KE0JGI.
This is
Bravo.
November 0, Oscar Charlie Whiskey, in 0 OCW, Richard in Springfield on the 6-meter machine, no traffic.
This is November 0, Sierra Romeo Oscar, N0 SRO, Billy in Springfield, no traffic.
Kilo Echo 6, Golf Alpha Echo, KE6GAE, Dave in Rogersville on the 425, no traffic.
This is William Baker 0, November Tango Zulu, WB0NTZ Dave Bolivar on 224 megahertz.
This is Randy, KC0UKB, Kilo Charlie 0, Uniform Kilo Bravo on the 015, in Springfield, no traffic.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Golf Foxtrot Uniform, KF0 GFU, David in Battlefield on the 015, no traffic.
This is Kilo Echo 0, Quebec Victor Delta, KE0QBD, Tim in Southwest Springfield on HT with no traffic.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause there. I copied N0 OCW, N0 SRO, KE6GAE, WB0 NTZ, KC0 UKB, KF0 GFU, and KE0QVD. Any corrections, any of those calls? All right, hearing none, we'll open it back up. Anybody at all wishing to check into the Christian County, the Nixa Amateur Radio Club's Thursday night check-in, please call now. KE0JGI.
Also remind everybody coming up March 22nd, first Ham Fest of the season down around this area, in the Southwest Missouri area. Orr's Ham Fest will be March 22nd from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. I think they start serving breakfast at 7.
All right, hearing none, we'll go ahead and close out the net for this evening. Everybody that checked in, thank you for checking in. And this will conclude the Nixa Amateur Radio Club Thursday evening net. Those repeaters will remain linked until 9 p.m. If you want to try out different bands or different equipment, different antennas, you're more than welcome to on those different bands. Everybody have a good night. Stay warm. My car is showing 8 degrees Fahrenheit right now. KE0JGI.
All right, everyone. I appreciate everyone that stopped by the stream. Like I was saying, the Orr's Ham Fest, March 22nd, from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can go to www.w0oar.club to get all the information on the Ham Fest. You can purchase tables there. You can actually purchase your entrance ticket as well. And then here in about 8 minutes on 146.460, Sean KE0MAD will be doing a simplex net. And if you're in the Southwest Missouri area, should be able to join the net no problem. I'm in Rogersville. He's down in Aurora, and I can get to him on my setup. My antenna is only maybe 18 foot in the air, if that. It might only be 15 foot to the base of the antenna right now. But I can get to him when he's on the vertical. If you can't get to him on the vertical, when he goes to his beam and he starts out southeast and spins around to the southwest, we get check-ins from Stockton, Joplin, all over the place. And there's even a guy down in Sand Springs, Oklahoma that checks in. Now, he's got a setup to do that with. But we get check-ins from guys down in Arkansas and everything. So if you're in the Southwest Missouri area, even if you can't get to him when he's on the vertical, you can get checked in to test your equipment out on when he switches to the beam. So I appreciate everybody coming by KE6GAE, the Hillbilly Ham. I am Dave, and this is where ham radio comes to life. Let's all learn this ham radio stuff together. 73, all. I'm going to get out of here and go get ready to check into the 2-meter simplex net. Hopefully I'll see everybody at the next 2 Nixa meetings. Like I said, that's if you're involved with Skywarn, you definitely want to check them out because they're being dedicated to that. All right, 73, all. Thanks for stopping by.